In Hard Times, Charles Dickens crafts Josiah Bounderby as one of the novel's most vividly drawn figures, a blustering factory owner, banker, and self-proclaimed self-made man. Bounderby plays a central role in Dickens's social critique, embodying the arrogance, hypocrisy, and moral bankruptcy of industrial capitalism. Unlike characters such as Thomas Gradgrind, who change, or Louisa, who suffers tragically under utilitarian principles, Bounderby remains static, pompous, exploitative, and thoroughly exposed by the novel's end. Role in the narrative. Bounderby is introduced as a wealthy banker and mill owner in Coketown. He boasts constantly of his rise from abject poverty to prosperity, styling himself as the epitome of industriousness and determination. He claims to have been abandoned by his mother, left to starve, and forced to claw his way upward by sheer will. This narrative of self-made success underpins his identity and becomes his justification for the harsh treatment of others. Bounderby's marriage to Louisa Gradgrind forms one of the novel's key plotlines. Despite being significantly older and repulsive in personality, Bounderby marries Louisa, who consents under pressure from her father and brother. The marriage dramatizes the disastrous consequences of utilitarian principles applied to human life. Louisa, trained to suppress her feelings, sees no reason to refuse. Bounderby, in his arrogance, imagines he is entitled to a young wife as a marker of success. The loveless marriage becomes a source of alienation for Louisa and serves as a narrative vehicle for Dickens's critique of both utilitarian education and capitalist self-interest. Bounderby also plays a role in the subplot involving the bank robbery orchestrated by Tom Gradgrind Jr. When suspicion falls on Stephen Blackpool, an honest working man, Bounderby is quick to condemn him, displaying his habitual contempt for the poor. His eagerness to scapegoat Stephen exposes both his lack of compassion and his readiness to protect his own interests at any cost. Only later is Tom's guilt revealed, undermining Bounderby's bluster and sense of authority. Bounderby's self-fashioned myth of being a self-made man is shattered when his mother reappears and exposes his lies. Far from being abandoned, Bounderby was cared for in relative comfort by a devoted mother who provided for his education. This revelation strips him of the narrative that underpins his identity. Though he does not suffer a dramatic downfall in wealth or status, his exposure serves as Dickens's moral judgment on his character. Bounderby is revealed as a fraud. Symbolic significance. Bounderby symbolizes the Victorian cult of the self-made man, a narrative celebrated in an industrial age that prized individual enterprise. Dickens dismantles this myth by showing how Bounderby's supposed struggles are lies. In exposing Bounderby's fraudulence, Dickens critiques the ideology that wealth and success are always the result of merit, ignoring the structural advantages or the exploitation on which capitalism often depends. Bounderby thus becomes a symbol of the hypocrisy behind Victorian success stories. Bounderby embodies the arrogance of industrial capitalism. He treats his workers with disdain, dismisses their grievances, and insists that poverty results from laziness rather than systemic injustice. His treatment of Stephen Blackpool is emblematic. Rather than listening to Stephen's plight, he ridicules him, reinforcing the imbalance of power between master and worker. Symbolically, Bounderby represents the industrialist who dehumanizes laborers, viewing them as disposable cogs in the machinery of profit. Bounderby functions as a foil to several other figures in the novel. His arrogance contrasts with Gradgrind's eventual humility, highlighting Gradgrind's capacity for change. His fraudulent self-made myth contrasts with Stephen Blackpool's quiet honesty and endurance, exposing the moral bankruptcy of wealth without integrity. Bounderby's marriage to Louisa also dramatizes the collision between fact-based utilitarianism and human feeling. For him, the marriage is a transaction, while for Louisa it becomes a tragedy. Broader implications. Through Bounderby, Dickens delivers a scathing critique of industrial society. Bounderby epitomizes the capitalist master who is quick to exploit, eager to boast, and entirely indifferent to the suffering of others. His treatment of the working class illustrates Dickens's concern that industrialism eroded compassion and community, reducing human relationships to economic transactions. In broader terms, Bounderby represents the dangers of a society governed by profit rather than humanity. Bounderby's lies about his upbringing reveal the hypocrisy of Victorian success narratives. The self-made man was often celebrated as proof of social mobility, but Dickens shows how such stories could be manufactured or exaggerated. Bounderby's fraudulent narrative allows him to present himself as morally superior to others, justifying his contempt for the poor. Dickens's exposure of Bounderby implies a broader skepticism about the stories wealthy Victorians told to legitimate their privilege. Bounderby's authority in Coketown, economic, social, and marital, demonstrates how power is often grounded in deception and arrogance rather than moral worth. His readiness to scapegoat Stephen Blackpool illustrates how those in positions of authority victimize the powerless. The broader implication is that unchecked power, particularly in the hands of industrial capitalists, perpetuates injustice. Dickens warns against a society where authority is not accountable to compassion or truth. Conclusion. Josiah Bounderby is one of the central figures in Hard Times, serving both narrative and symbolic functions. In the story, he is the wealthy banker and factory owner, whose marriage to Louisa Gradgrind illustrates the sterility of utilitarian principles, whose contempt for workers highlights industrial injustice, and whose fraudulent self-made myth is ultimately exposed. Symbolically, he represents the hollowness of the self-made man ideal, the arrogance of industrial capitalism, and the hypocrisy of Victorian society's success narratives. The broader implications of his character extend to Dickens's critique of power, authority, and social justice in the industrial age. Bounderby's downfall is not financial but moral. He is stripped of credibility, revealed as a liar, and left a figure of ridicule. Through him, Dickens warns readers of the dangers of industrial arrogance, the exploitation of labor, and the myths that justify inequality. Through Bounderby, Dickens invites his readers to question the foundations of industrial society, to look past the myths of self-made success, and to recognize the need for compassion, imagination, and justice in a world too often dominated by profit and power.